Hi y'all, welcome back. This is part 1 for personals that were purchased on December 30th. It's 11:17 p.m. where I'm at on December 30th. There's currently 7 people in line. Lauren for a mini, Jennifer for a mini, Daphne for an extended, Nicole C for a mini, Isabel for an extended. Thank you so much for the generous tip. Laura for an extended, and Jessica E for a mini. Hi Jennifer Knight. Hi Manuel. Zofre. Mark. Deborah. Hi Jessica. Daphne. Elizabeth. Kaiboob. Hi Jose. Welcome y'all. I'm not even holding it right. That's why it's not lighting. Hi Kib. Beach Lover. How y'all doing? Hopefully the lights won't go out this go around. Hi Deal. Here we go. Cleanse your energy. Hi Richie, how you doing? Hi Sarah. Cleansing my energy. What's going on y'all? Happy New Year. Happy birthday Capricorns. I'll protect real quick with some Palo Santo. There we go. Hey. There it goes. Hi Joseph. Hi Tuna. Hi Baba. Hey, thank you for that. Where'd my thing go? So that one like back to you times 10. Hi Carolyn. Hi Leon. Hi Pamela. Laura. Thank you for the tip, Daphne. I see that. Protect your energy. Good juju for you. Protect my energy. Good juju for me. Y'all, this thing's smoking. You must be smoking. Is you smoking? Dang, both of them are. They both smoking. Y'all on fire tonight. All right. So like I said, Lauren, Jennifer, Daphne, Nicole C, Isabel, Laura, and Jessica E all in line for readings. So we're going to get this started, okay? All right, Lauren. See what we got going on. Thank you for the badge, love. So that will like back to you times 10. All right. Best and highest message here for Lauren. What does she need to know? What does she need to see? What does she need to hear? Hi, Nancy. Hi, Joe. I just gave everyone a spiritual bath. That's too funny. In the best way. Hi, Ra. Hi, Goddess Creation. Lisbeth. Susan. Robin. Oh my gosh, that reminds me, y'all. Stranger Things. I don't know if y'all get into that show. But I started watching that show with my kids. And we were so excited about tomorrow. So that's what we're doing for New Year's. We are watching the finale together. We're making it a whole party. Because we've watched that from the beginning. All right, here we go. Hi, OG Gussie. How you doing, love? Welcome. Me and my daughter have to catch up on Stranger. Really? Oh my gosh. What are you waiting on? What are you waiting on? Hi, Meg. I'm just teasing. Hi, Robel. How you doing? You too. Thanks for the badge. Hey, that's what it looked like. Back to you, Thompson. I see you, Instagram. Hi, Catherine. Hi, V. Hi, Sean Star. Yuza. All right, Spirit. Best and highest wishes here for Lauren. What does she need to know? What does she need to see? What does she need to hear? Hi, Jason. All right. What's Lauren's energy? Hi, Leanne. RR. Erica. Whoo! The Queen of Pentacles. Shit. Okay. Practical. Successful. Established. Abundant. Fertile for more growth. Making good investments of time, love, energy, effort, and money. Stubborn in the ways that matter. All right, Spirit. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles energy for Lauren. Oh, whoa. Okay, so the Fool turned over. And there was a... like the whole top of the deck fell out. So I'm going to put all these back. This could be about a new start that is that you're taking. I'm going to flip this over and keep it here since it didn't come all the way out. All right. Hi, Tanya. How you doing? Best and highest messages here, Spirit. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles for Lauren. The Magician. Okay. A lot of powerhouse energy here. This is about you growing and cultivating something that you've manifested or manifesting, okay? So this is taking the things that it is that you already have at your fingertips within you, you know, the resources that you have, and growing something out of it, you know, some sort of thought that it is that you've brought into the material world. Powerhouse energy. Gemini is here. All right, Spirit, best and highest messages. What's the situation? What's the situation here for Lauren? Hi, Sweet Tea. How you doing? Amanda? Mickey? What's the situation for Lauren? King of Swords. 10 of Wands. Okay. So there's a decision that's been made, a logical decision that's been made with clarity, insight, and intellect on letting go of some sort of burden. Something that you've been carrying, it's been heavy here. Or this could be about a King of Swords archetype or energy. Possible Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's showing up as a masculine energy. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's a male. What's the challenge here? What's the challenge? The Knight of Pentacles. It's affecting the growth of something, the movement. Patience. Challenge is having patience in this situation. All right, tell me about the Knight of Pentacles. Hi, Pammy. Tess. Will I find the knowledge I seek? Most likely, yes. 6 of Pentacles. Okay, there wasn't enough give and take with whatever this is. Okay, so this is a person. There wasn't enough give and take equal back and forth here for it to sustain longevity. Okay, it was causing too much weight on you. There's too much burdens on you. If this is a bit about a decision that you've made or a decision that you're making, you're letting go of whatever was holding you back here because it wasn't giving to you what you needed to prosper, for it to grow. It's taking too much from you. Okay, what's in the current energy? Hey! Throw that little light back to you, times 10. Hi, Steven. Hi, Chris. A lot of people are finding love in 2026. Astrologically, it's in the stars. It's in the astrology. Very well could happen for you. Hi, Lisa Witten. Hi, Vibe Daddy. How you doing? Welcome. Sickly Shriven. Hi, Amida. Hi, Roxanne. Roxanne. Hi, Rochelle. And thank you, love. Hi, Dick. How you doing? Spam. Lacey. Linda. All right. Hi, Tommy. I missed you too, boo-boo. I missed you too. I know I've been MIA for a little while. Best and highest messages here for Lauren. What's in the current energy? What's in the current energy? 6 of Swords. Moving right along. Out of the chaos. Away from this weight. These burdens. So movement's happening here because of a decision that was made, and you're moving also into isolation. So yeah, I kind of feel like if this is a person, you're moving away from this person. If this is like a career situation or whatever this heaviness is, and I say career because there's a lot of pentacles showing up here, so it has to do with money investments here in the material plane. Okay. But this is also something that like you're having to take time out for yourself to recharge your batteries, to regain your own insight. You know, it's kind of like recentering yourself here, especially on a mental level. Current energy for Lauren. The Chariot. But this is what's helping you take this passionate movement towards something. It's your resilience. Okay, it's your drive. Is that making sense? Hi, try again. I did the collective. I'm going to try to get that posted to YouTube ASAP, Rocky. Hi, Luis. The Emperor. Energy coming towards you. All this powerhouse energy. There's a situation here where you've called your power back, okay? Where you felt powerless. You're now feeling more powerful, okay? You're in control here. Control of your own story, right? Someone's not controlling a narrative, or you're not allowing a situation to burden you anymore. What's the energy coming towards Lauren? Hi, Shirley. Energy coming towards Lauren. Hi, Imada. Ooh. Energy coming towards you. We got the devil showing up here, okay? So, what's this here? Why is this here, Spirit? Possible Capricorn. We have Aries on the table. Heavy on the air, masculine. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have Cancer here as well. Okay, Spirit, tell me about this, Spirit. What is this toxic control energy? This obsession, temptation. Five of Cups. Someone's obsessed that you cut something out here. Whether either you were giving your power up to whatever the situation was that was causing you the heavy burdens, or whatever person that it is that you've moved away from to heal, to recenter yourself, especially on a mental level. Also, when it comes to like time and energy invested, the effort invested into something, right? Because it wasn't equal give and take. They're in deep regret. Someone's in deep regret here. Give me one more on this. Energy coming towards Lauren. Hi, Blue. Hi, Brenda. Dear Darla. Hi, Kaylee. Hey, we got chosen royal family in the chat. Ace of Pentacles, because it was blocking your blessings, boo-boo. You had to let it go. Okay, so if that's the clarity that it is that you're seeking and the confirmation that is that you want, you had to cut it out. You had to let it go because it's blocking your blessings. That's why in the current energy, you're showing up as this Queen of Pentacles. Growth. Fertile for growth. Abundance. Successful. Established. Rooted. Secure. Those things. Okay? But it's like now someone's in deep regret because they see your value and they see your worth now that you're not there. You believed in yourself, and that's why the wheel turned in your favor. Spiritual jackpot. What's the overall spiritual advice here for Lauren? Overall spiritual advice for Lauren. This specific, Lauren. The King of Wands. Damn. You're going after a vision, okay? Sort of had a dream. There's some sort of vision that is that you've had, and this is where you're taking some sort of fast passion action towards that dream, that thing, that vision that it is. It's a lot about confidence. It's a lot about being courageous. About being the leader, being the author of your own story. All right, tell me about the King of Wands. You're not taking a no for an answer. So you either get with the program or get to stepping. Move, get out the way, okay? That's what it is that you're saying here. But there's a situation here where something had control over you or someone wanted to have control over you. And that's what it is that you let go of. That's what you're moving on from. You release that. Okay, overall spiritual advice. The Sun. The sun, ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Damn, you shining so bright. Someone is obsessed with you. It really feels like that, okay? This is falling on top of that Devil card, right? That's where it's aligning on the table. Someone's obsessed because you called your power back, because you regained some sort of confidence or some sort of personal sovereignty, empowerment, and you were freaking radiating like the damn sun over here. Shining bright, shine bright like a diamond. All right, Spirit. Give me one more. Overall spiritual advice here for Lauren. And the Page of Wands. Don't get this confused, okay? This person was causing heavy burdens before, and they are in deep regret. You're going to be getting some sort of exciting offer. It may even be this person is getting like, they may not be able to help themselves come back towards you all like flirty or very passionately, okay? They can't help themselves. Now, whatever it is that you want to do, you know, it's your life, it's your story, it's your decision, okay? I'm just letting you know that more than likely, here they come. And they're not going to be the only ones. Because you attracted like moths to a flame, boo-boo, okay? You looking good, smelling good, feeling good, all that in a bag of chips, crazy, sexy, cool over there. Nine of Swords, I'm telling you, someone is in deep regret. They can't even sleep. They can't sleep, they can't eat, they can't think. They can't do shit. Because you shine so bright. And they're missing out. And again, like whatever decision that you made to let go, whatever, how this was burdening you, you had to do it because it was blocking your blessings. There wasn't equal give and take, you know. All right, Lauren, I hope that you found a message that resonates with you. Thank you again for the blessings. Thanks for coming to see me. All right, we got Jennifer, Daphne, Nicole C, Isabel, Laura, Jessica E, and I saw where Dahlia. I saw you, Lulu. I'm going to call you Lulu. Boo-boo is what I meant to say. Thank you for the tip, love. Okay. Jennifer. All right, Jennifer. Let's see what we got going on, love. Where are we going? For some reason, I'm wanting to pull from this deck right here. All right. Hi, Isabel. Here, okay, you're about to go to sleep. Let me get this thing going before you pass out on me. Best and highest best is here for Jennifer. What does she need to know? What does she need to see? What does she need to hear, Spirit? All right, what's Jennifer's energy? Thank you for the follow, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Send all that love and light back to you times 10. Thank you for all the ways you show love and support. Thank you for helping me raise the vibration. Hi, Twigs. Hi, All Right, too. All right, Spirit. What's Jennifer's energy? Hi, Epic Travels. Hi, Mo. The Six of Swords. There was the need of change. That's the current energy. This need of change. This movement. Is that a shark in the water? I have never noticed that before. That is a shark. You're having to move away from some sort of shark here. Tell me about the Six of Swords for Jennifer. Hi, Charo. Jennifer, thank you for the rose, love. Wheel of Fortune, Jennifer. Whatever decision that you made to move away, to create this movement, for this needed change, it has the wheel turning in your favor, okay? Lucky twist of fate. That's exactly what was needed. What's the situation? What's the situation here for Jennifer? Get away from this shark. It's going to eat up all your damn blessings. Like, doors open, blessings are coming through. The shark's eating all up. Probably a friend you got rid of. I don't want them eating all your shit. All your good juju energy. Like, took you a while to get to that state. Like, no. Where's her bitch be gone? I'm sorry, y'all. That is what I heard. Bitch be gone. Y'all, oh my gosh. Y'all know the spray? Like the Goo Gone? Y'all know what I'm talking about? It's like that oily, citrusy stuff that you spray on the goo that you can't get up off the... This person was on you like goo. Goo you couldn't get off. All right, Spirit. Jennifer, I don't know why this is so humorous this time. It's not as heavy. The energy is not as heavy. You know that? Usually it is. You have heavy readings. They're very serious. All right, Spirit. Best and highest messages here. What's the can't help it. What's the situation here for Jennifer? Judgment. A judgment call. The trumpets are sounding. The church lady has sung. It's over. It's done. No more. What will be, will be. It even says karma on her necklace right there. Somebody getting karma. I don't know if you can see that. Karma. Damn. And again, it even says on this card, earned reward right there. That's what I was just talking about, that Wheel of Fortune. Things are working in your favor here because you earned it. You did something difficult. You let go of somebody that you had a lot of time and love and energy and effort invested into. We work together. It's hard to avoid her. Tell me about judgment. Tell me about judgment. Hi, how you doing? Welcome. 7 of Cups. This was causing way too much emotional turmoil, okay? It was also very confusing. This person was also a distraction to what's really most important, what it is that you need to be focused on. All right, what's the challenge here, Spirit? What's the challenge? The 4 of Coins in reverse. You even said that. It's hard to avoid her. It's also hard to let this go. But it was causing a lot of self-doubt as well. 8 of Swords, you know, paralysis by analysis. I don't know if this person made you overthink or just made you feel insecure about certain things. Whether it was about self or just situations, you know, whatever have you. But like it was difficult to let this go. You put a lot of thought into it. What's the current energy here? How you doing? Welcome. Thank y'all. Hey. Someone that love and light back to you times 10. Thank you for helping raise the vibration. Thank you for all the ways that you show love and support. Current energy here for Jennifer. Okay. So the situation, damn. The situation with this person in the current energy is this person wouldn't accept responsibility, or they won't accept responsibility. And that's why they got to go. They were causing way too much burdens on you. You were carrying all the weight in this relationship. You were carrying all of that, you know, responsibility that it was that this other person needed to kind of like, you know, help carry. But by letting this go and not letting this burden you anymore, it's giving you strength. It's giving you unquestioned confidence. Because your intuition was screaming at you. Hey! Thank you for that, love. I'm like back to you times 10. We got Royal Chosen Family in the chat. What's going on, y'all? But this person, they made you self-doubt. They made you feel less confident than you usually are. You couldn't even be your authentic self around this person. You had to question like what you were going to say. Maybe even like what you were going to wear. You know, it could even be like small things. But all of it added up. It's just too much. That's just too much. That's not a real friend if you can't even, you know, express yourself freely. Whether it's the clothes that you wear, the words coming out your mouth, how you styling your hair, what your beliefs are, you know. Give you one more current energy. But now you have unquestioned confidence. You're feeling more like yourself. You can be more like yourself. You got all the heavy weight. And now that you're able to take action towards what it is that you... Exactly. Draining. Too much. But now you're able to take this passionate action towards what it is. Or at least plan. You can plan for the future. Without this restriction here. Okay. Energy coming towards Jennifer. Energy coming towards Jennifer. Ten of Coins, lasting security. Now there's growth that can happen long term. Because this is not taking up space anymore. Not in your little garden that it is, that you have growing for self. You know, it's not taking root up here in the mind. It's not taking root in the heart anymore. You know, you're High Priestess because of the intuitive decision that it is that you've made. Tapped in. You trust in your intuition, Ace of Swords, and now that you have this newfound clarity, you're looking at things from a new lens. You're not looking at the situation with those rose-colored glasses anymore. You're seeing it for what it is, as hard as that is, because that's not easy. That means growth has happened, you know, and you're sticking to your boundaries. You're sticking to your own self-worth, and you're letting people know by the way that you're handling this situation, like you're gonna have to rise up to meet me. This is where the bar is. And if you can't meet that bar, you can't be in my energy. And that's just the way it has to be. It's not personal. It's energy. Hey, thank you for the rising stars and all that love light back to you, Tom. Cynthia, thank you for the follows. Okay. What's the overall spiritual advice? What's the overall spiritual advice here? Whoa. So these are the two cards that came out after. This one was turned over, so I don't know what that one is yet. But we've got the Four of Wands, the Ace of Wands. So some sort of celebration happening here. Or some sort of like a spark that's been ignited, okay? We've got the Ace of Wands there as well. You know, that's my ancestor card for me personally. The Eight of Wands, okay, that's what it is. So you're taking this fast passionate action towards celebration on new foundations, on new ideas and projects. You're having some sort of new beginning. So that was the best thing that you could have done, is release that burden to make that final decision that, yeah, this is just what I need to do. Because you no longer have that weight that's blocking all these other things. Because whatever this person was bringing into your life, it was so heavy or took up so much space on an energetic level, on an emotional level, on a mental level, you didn't have room for nothing else. It was all being poured into this friendship or this relationship, you know. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Magician, alchemizing the situation. Okay, again with this manifesting a reward, okay? So you're manifesting great things. This person was blocking something that it was that you were trying to create for yourself. And then where are we going? Let's see. Where's that Moonology deck at that I had? There it goes. Let me pull you a couple of these. Quick, straight to the point. Thank you for the tip, love. All right. Hey, y'all, how you doing? Welcome. Thank y'all so much for being here. Thanks for the love, the likes, the shares, the reposts, the comments. Y'all are amazing. Best and highest messages here for Jennifer. What does she need to know? What does she need to see? What she needs to hear right now? Be real. Be authentic. That's what we were just talking about. This person was keeping you from being your authentic self, making you self-doubt, overthink. Take inspired action. Now you can take inspired action and step up and lead. Okay, so you're being recognized as some sort of leader, spiritually, energetically. All right, Jennifer, I hope that you found a message that resonates with you. Thank you again for the blessings. Thanks for coming to see me, love. Happy New Year. Happy belated birthday. I know I've already told you that, but with it being Capricorn season. Wait a minute. Sagittarius, December 13th. Isn't that Sagittarius? I thought so. How do you get a reading? Cash App. This is the last night ever to be able to get a reading this way. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, at Lady Leo Spiritual. Same spelling as his handle. It's $11 for a mini, $22 for career, $33 for love, or $44 for extended. If you need to, you can reference to my stories. You can click on my profile and go to my little story thing on my profile, and it'll pop up there. It's like a little slide video. All right, where are we going? Daphne. We got Daphne for an extended. Let me check these off so I don't get confused. So we got Daphne, Nicole, Isabel, Laura, Jessica E, and Dahlia all left on the list. All right, Daphne. We're actually going to start with this deck. Best and highest message here for Daphne. What does she need to know? What does she need to see? What does she need to hear? Ooh, a fiery climax approaches. So something big is about to happen. Beck, this is a personal reading for Daphne. You're going to miss these live readings. I'll still have live readings. I'm just changing up the format of it all. Show the world the real you. Communication is key. Nothing will come of this situation. We're going to clarify that. Nothing is yet set in stone. Push through any insecurity. It's time to release negativity. Give me one more. Best and highest message here for Daphne. Give me more. Hi, Jadea. Hi, Sunny. Hi, Mitchell. Paula. Hi, Bo. Let's step into your power. Okay, I'm going to read it back real quick. A fiery climax approaches. Show the world the real you. Communication is key. Nothing will come of the situation. Nothing is yet set in stone. Push through any insecurity. It's time to release negativity and step into your power. And there's one step behind that. Honor your feelings. Okay. Where are we going to go? We're going to go with this deck right here. We'll switch it up just a little bit, kind of, sort of. Hi, Alec. How you doing, love? All right, Spirit, tell me about this. Fiery climax approaches. Show the world the real you. Communication is key. Nothing will come of the situation. So that's like a void of something. So something that is that you're afraid of, nothing's going to come of it. Nothing is yet set in stone. Push through any insecurity. It's time to release negativity. Step into your power and honor your feelings. What else does Daphne need to know? Just general, Spirit. Just what's in the energy, what's here. Improvements. With this renewal, with this transition into safety, stability, endurance, consistency, stubborn, long-term. Rider. A visitor, messages, news, quick movement, new info, and taking action. So, okay. Man. So, masculine energy. Give me a few more. Hi, y'all. How you doing? Welcome. Obstacles. We have the mountain card. Obstacles, delays, resistance, struggles, difficult blockages, stalled, opposition. Is this saying that the male is the opposition, or there's a masculine energy that's the opposition? With finances, wealth, abundance, business, money flowing smoothly, and freedom. We have the fish card here, and then ship. Travel long distance, relocation, change, vacation, movement, or foreign. Okay. Wait, give me one more. That way we have an even 8. Give me one more, Spirit. Best and highest message here. Hi, Pablo. Hi, Dolce. Hi, G. What's going on, friends? Thank you. Thanks for the love. I'll like back to you, Thompson. Give me one more here for Daphne. When it comes to the situation that it is that she's here for. Heart. passion, joy, fulfillment, affection, love. Okay. So whatever the situation is, okay, Spirit says whatever your fear is, nothing's going to come of the situation, okay? But communication is key. You got to show up as authentic. You got to show the world the real you. Because there's a fiery climax. There's a big change that's happening here. Something big, but nothing is yet set in stone. Push through any insecurity. And it's time to release any negativity. Step into your power and honor your feelings. When it comes to this obstacle or the delays, movement and change needs to happen in this transition to safety, stability, enduring, being consistent, being stubborn for long-term success. Could be some sort of news coming in, or this is about you taking action. There could be a possible masculine energy causing obstacles to movement, to growth, or causing some sort of resistance or struggle to finances. But there's a need to like go with the flow so that your finances or your business or some sort of freedom can flow freely. This is something that it is that you have emotional ties to, okay? Because we've got the heart card here. Your heart's in it, or it's something that you have a lot of heart for, okay? We got the devil at the bottom of the deck. Limits, materialism, excess, dependency, fear, obsession. Okay. What deck are we going to use? This one's calling to me. All right, Spirit. Best and highest message here for Daphne. What does she need to know? What she needs to see? What she needs to hear? Hey, thanks for all the love, y'all. So, like, back to you times 10. Hey, Kabir. Hi, it's Brittany. All right. What's Daphne's energy? Hi, Kissnil. Hi, Mark. Ooh, the Page of Swords want to come out. You may have somebody in your business, somebody trying to gain intel on you, doing research. Or they just spying. They just stalking. What's Daphne's energy? Hi, Billy. Strength. Damn. Overcoming it all because of your bravery, your courage, your commitment, your patience. You ain't giving up. We got Leo on the table. Who else came out in the other cards? Aries, Scorpio, Cancer, Aquarius, Gemini. Give me one more on Strength, Spirit. Daphne's overall energy. Hi, Sophia, Austin. You want to get in line for a reading? Hi, Jim. I became a title gifter for the first time. Congratulations. We had the Six of Swords show up. It's in the reverse. X and his hidden gadgets, but I don't give him any energy anymore. Working on 2026. Positive energy for me and the girls. You know, Daphne, it kind of comes to that where, like, if you kind of feel like you're being watched, or even if you know for a fact that you are, like, you have the initial, like, humiliation or the shock and the paranoia. But then after a while, it's kind of like, you know what? You've been looking at it all anyway. Let me give you something to talk about. I don't know if that makes sense. It kind of comes to a point where it's like, you want to watch. You want to see me? You know. Hi, Texas. How you doing? Tell me about Strength. It's like, so what? Or, tell me about Strength for Daphne. The Six of Swords. Beautiful. So whatever courage, strength, commitment, resilience, bravery, consistency that it is that you're having, that's what's helping you move, helping this movement happen. Going with the flow. Okay. What's the situation? Hi, y'all. How you doing? Welcome. Hi, Paulina. Danielle, you want to get in line for a reading? Hi, Bonnie. Ooh, that's too many. Yeah, it's like part of it is financial hardship or just the hardships in general. You know, it could even be feelings of abandonment, possibly. But that's what's got you all up in your head, and it's preventing you from having some sort of success. I'll put those back in the deck. All right. That's just kind of just trying to come out. All right. What's the situation? What's the situation here? Judgment, the Hermit, and the King of Wands in reverse. Okay. So the situation is making a judgment call. Surrendering. What will be, will be. Giving it to God, if you will, right? Because you've gone within and found clarity, or this is something about what you've come to terms with, or what it is that you know to be true in your time of isolation about someone that's has this need to control, or it could even be about your own fear. It could even be both. Okay. What's the challenge? What's the challenge? Yeah, y'all can get in line for a reading if you're interested. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal at Lady Leo Spiritual. Same spelling as this handle. It's $11 for mini, $22 for career, $33 for love, $44 for extended. I'm currently doing an extended reading. All right, what's the challenge? What came out? Patience. The Emperor in reverse. Okay. Here we go again with this, like, this could be two different things going on, because I'm kind of picking up on that, okay? So there's a fear here coming from you when it comes to, like, the actions that you're taking and what it is that you're invested in, because you're not seeing the growth that is that you feel like you need to see. So it's making you feel powerless. It's making you second guess. It's making you, like, way too much in your head. You know, and then there's another energy here that is the same as this Emperor in reverse, and it's more of like the need to control everything. So I don't know if this is like you in your environment, like someone needs to control all of that. And it could even be like you absorbing this person's energy and as bleeding into your other stuff. You know, it could be something like that as well, but it feels merged. I don't know if that makes sense. It feels like it's like merged. Tell me about the Emperor. Oh yeah, that's the truth at the bottom of the deck. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Tell me about this Emperor reverse challenge energy. Hierophant in reverse. Someone wants to be the boss here. Okay, they want to call the shots. It has a lot to do with like parent is heavy father energy on both of these cards, a Hierophant and an Emperor, but they're both showing up in the reverse. So just to clarify that, Aries and Taurus is coming out, and those energies. What's in the current energy? Hi, Supre. Hi, Chuck. Making sure I control the narrative with girls and him, but I will stop. That's so hard to do, though. That is so hard to do. Yes, it's amazing that you're aware of that, but just because you're aware of it does not make it any easier to stop doing it. You know, like I have trouble with that so hard. Not feeling the need to control the narrative on things. I snap out of it eventually. But initially, it takes me a while to, like, you know, like I'll realize that that's what I'm doing. But it doesn't necessarily mean that I don't have that impulse to, you know. So give yourself a pat on the back that you're even aware of it in the first place. And then take small steps towards the not doing it no more. So, you know, hi, y'all, how you doing? Welcome. Yeah. That's fair. You know, that's fair. But at the same time, yeah, you don't necessarily have any control over that either, as tough as that is. So, you know, be patient with yourself and have grace. It's not an easy situation to be in. Okay, what's in the current energy? But at least you're intelligent enough and you're self-aware enough to understand that that's what's going on. That's pretty fucking amazing. What's in the current energy for Daphne? The Four of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. Okay. You got a lot of emotional fulfillment showing up here. A lot of blessings, a lot of love, especially in the home. Okay, so we've got that Four of Wands showing up there. But it's also, you're very defensive about this though, okay? You're guarded, you are on standby, you ain't playing about it. You know, you're being very protective. You're being very blunt, very assertive. You're detached from emotion when it comes to protecting whatever this is. You're like, I don't care. I will cut you long, deep, and wide. You know, you telling it like it is. What's influencing the current energy? Letting go. Letting go, holding on too tight. So you're letting go of the need to control things, especially if they're in your physical world. Hi, Craig. How you doing, Craig? All right, best and hot. Daphne. Hi, Jessie. How you doing? All right. What's influencing this energy? Dang, this came right out. The Ace, the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. Okay. All these pentacles. So yeah, this is what's been blocking your blessings. We saw this in the reverse earlier when it popped out, you know. But you're also getting offers for something as well. So that's kind of something, it's merged. It's connected. The situation that's going on with the masculine is bled into your business, your work, your effort, what it is that you're invested into over here. You know, it's like once you can let go of all this other stuff that's like taking up space, that's when you can get the focus that it is that you need and let go a little bit for things to actually like be able to happen. Because you got offers coming in, solid offers. It's bringing prosperity, but there's that need to let go. What's in the energy coming towards Daphne? Energy coming towards Daphne. The world! Yes! Something's coming full circle. Okay, we already know that there's an ending because you're making the final decision to let something go. Here's that new beginning, the new chapter. Now you can invest freely. Yeah. Now you can see growth. It's worth the investment. It's worth the time that you're putting into something. Because you're all in is what I just heard. Because you're all in. You're not distracted by this over here, that over there, and this. You know, now you're right here. It's right in front of you. That's what it is that you're focused on, is what's in front of you. Energy coming towards Daphne. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Do you have your homework? Hi, Vaneo. Hi, Ebony. But you definitely got, here's that spot. It came out. Yeah, somebody watching. They watching. To gain clarity and perspective. You know what? You may even pull back. Uh-oh. Okay, they got him. They're taking care of it for me. You may even pull back from the situation, and it may confuse this other person, this masculine over here, and they may end up like, be like, turn around like, why are they not focused on me? Why are they not giving me a hard time? All right, Spirit. What's influencing the energy coming towards Daphne? This personals you get after it. Dr. Leo, a catch collective in replay. Remember, still you're the snake until February sometime. All right, Craig. I'll have that posted ASAP because it's for the year 2026. What's the energy influencing? You protecting your energy. You protecting your peace. That's what's influencing the energy coming towards you. And letting go of the conflict because it's causing too much pain. It's causing too much stress, too much emotional turmoil. It's causing you to overthink and be in your head too much. That's what it is that you're releasing. All this conflict, this combativeness, this this drama, this chaos. Two of Cups in reverse. With this person that you're not in connection with anymore. Okay. What's the overall spiritual advice? That's the advice I will take to let go of the control of him. That's my daily homework. I bet you it is painful. It is hard. And you're having to relearn, you know? Hey, I see you, Craig. Thanks for stopping by. It's good to see you. All right. Overall spiritual advice. The Nine of Wands. Okay, your person, it's been a long road. It has been. And it's freaking had you exhausted. You know, not only every single time you finally, you know, get on a knee to get up, you get knocked back down. But boo-boo, they didn't completely take you out. You're still here. You're still growing with the Nine of Pentacles. Successful. Because of the experience that you have had, because of the accomplishments that it is that you've achieved. Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. The wheel turned in your favor. Overall spiritual advice. Damn, and it may be slow, but it's growing. Just because it's slow does not mean that it's not growing. The biggest trees take the longest time to grow. The strongest roots been there a little while. All right, Spirit. Give me one more overall spiritual advice here for Daphne, and then we'll pull you an oracle card. Three of Swords. Okay, there's also something else here. That's also what's been causing a blockage. This, the masculine, and also the way that it's merged into your other aspects of life, you know, this still has something to do with the betrayal that it is that you felt from this person. It's kind of like it's opening up that wound. It's because it's, in a way, it is bleeding into your like little home, your little structure that is that you have still, because it's, you know, it's like, because it's affecting your girls and you're directly tied to them, you know, so it's indirectly affecting you. And it feels like it's a stab in the heart. But there is. This is what it is, that in the energy coming towards you, you're working on letting that go. You're working on not fighting with that, with the ghost from the past anymore, so that you can focus on what gives you true fulfillment. That's what Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck in the upright. Yes, this is going to work in your favor, okay? Looking good, feeling good, smelling good, all that in a bag of chips. Crazy, sexy, cool, magnetic, beautiful. All right, let me grab one of these real quick. Best and highest messages. Hi, Charlene. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Ethan. Angela. Will my husband and I be able to build a business? Bet you can. Bet you can. Why can't you? Why not you? Why can't y'all do it? Especially together. Fortune favors the bond. Y'all on the same page? Y'all have the same goals? Y'all got the same drive? Y'all going for the same common goal? Why not you? Hi, Vina. Hi, Monkey. I want work and happy life. Girls, college is going well. Yeah, see, there's so many things to celebrate. You know, there's that Four of Wands. There's so many things to be happy about. You know, but you're also feeling like you're having to fend all that because of this masculine energy that's Not only are they trying to control the situation, it's kind of like making you feel in that energy too. So there's like this combative energy there. Hi, Belle. How you doing, love? All right. One card for Daphne. What does she need to know most? What does she need to know most? Give me one card, Spirit. That's way too many. Just one. 12 on the clock. 3 Master Builder. Hi, Third Eye. Hi, Nilly. Happy New Year, love. Brown Bear Spirit. Take time out. Wait, what? What you mean take time out? Let's see what this card says. Brown Bear Spirit. Take time out. It's a 9, which is about major endings. It's a 9-year, by the way. You always get 33. That's not a bad thing at all. 9. There it goes. Oracle message. There's a time to act and a time to focus your attention on patient strategizing. The arrival of Brown Bear Spirit signals that you are best served by foregoing hard work toward your goals at this moment and instead taking the time out to meditate or just take a nap so you can refresh yourself and begin planning what you want to co-create next. Come to know the lay of the land as you contemplate and imagine what you might do in this vast space of possibility before you and begin forming a plan. Remember, sleep allows for dreaming and rest allows for clear-headed strategizing. How might you become the person you wish to be and experience whatever your heart desires? Insights will arise as you explore the possibilities and begin envisioning your plan. Knowing what you want will ensure you use your energy wisely in the days ahead. Be patient at this time, relax and be calm and peaceful so you can recharge. The call for action will come later. Protection message. When you become so frazzled that you can't decide how to move forward, Brown Bear Spirit arrives to remind you to let go of your impatience in getting to the answers and solving the problems that face you. Now is the time for rest and meditation. Take a break, let insights arise, and know that you have plenty of time to make plans. Brown Bear Spirit reminds you that sometimes the best and most effective action is non-action, allowing the situation around you to reveal itself to you so you can better understand it. Remember that what is yours will never be withheld from you, so you really can relax and wait until the next right action is revealed. Miracles come from out of nowhere, and yours will arrive on Great Spirit's timeline. That is beautiful. Just take a time out. Meditate for a minute. Rest, recharge your batteries. Get realigned with your dreams and aspirations. Spirit says that it's going to, within that space, things are going to come to you, and that's where movement will start to happen. All right, Daphne, I hope that you found a message that resonates with you. Happy birthday. Don't you sing you happy birthday? Should I sing her happy birthday, y'all? Maybe a little off key. Still getting over some sinuses, but I'll sure do it. Y'all just let me know if I need to sing her happy birthday. Yes, ma'am. I told you I'd be here. I couldn't remember necessarily why I put it on the calendar, but I put it on the calendar. Hi, Libby B. Do it? Y'all want me to sing her happy birthday? All right. I'm about to end this live and start a new one anyway, Daphne. It's okay. Me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daphne, the amazing mom and Capricorn that's going to climb to the top no matter what. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Daphne. right, y'all. I'm going to end this one. I'll be back in a few minutes to finish up the rest of these readings. We've got Nicole C., Isabel, Laura, Jessica E., and Dahlia all left on the list. If you want in line for a personal reading, it's Cash App, Venmo, PayPal at Lady Leo Spiritual. Same spelling as here. It's $11 for a mini, $22 for career, $33 for love, $44 for extended. And this is the absolute last night, last day that you can purchase these readings like this in this format, okay? All right, y'all. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'll see you in a few minutes. Love and light.